Hello, it's Chili from Channel Chili, also known as Chai. Today I'd like to discuss my theory on how Canaan functions as a portal world within the game Abiotic Factor. Now, first things first, what is Canaan? Canaan, also known as A138, seems to share a lot of commonalities with our own Earth and is likely an analog to our own world, much like A23, the furnitures. Canaan seems to be a small coastal town on the east coast of the continental United States. We can deduce this due to the various flora native only to the Americas, such as corn and pumpkins. Due to the technology present within the town, it can be speculated that the events within Canaan likely take place in the colonial era. This can be seen with the local Canaanites' apparel and structures, as the locals wear antiquated clothing such as pilgrim attire. Now, how did Canaan come to be? For that, let's begin my theory. So, Dr. Lenore Riggs and her trans-recon team discovered Canaan and labeled the antiverse A138 mere days before the order assault on the facility. Upon entering the perforation, they found themselves receiving an abnormal signal from an item of interest known as a lodestone. Little did they know that the Order had been keeping tabs on their communications and had a vested interest in the lodestone for themselves. They label it Lodestone 18 in their emails and formulate a plan to retrieve the lodestone before Gate, citing that if Gate discovers the source of the lodestones, it would be disastrous. Unfortunately, Riggs's team closed the perforation behind them. However, the Order's Inquisitors, also known as lab rats, discovered that the perforation relied on resources obtained from the realm of dreams, as they call it, also known as the Night Realm. With this in mind, the local divinator, Altusi, responsible for the assault on Geet's facilities, ordered the Inquisitors to retrieve the materials from the security sector, now taken over by the Reaper. Although they sustained many losses, the Inquisitors returned with the required materials and they were able to reactivate the perforation to Canaan. Although at this time they had devised a plan to get their hands on the lodestone before Gate had the opportunity. This claim is backed up by previous emails stating that the Inquisitors are currently extremely low on number. They opened the perforation to a time months before Gate had arrived into the Antiverse, and sent Inquisitor Siddiq to retrieve the lodestone and return. Unfortunately, the Order had overestimated Siddiq's loyalty to the cause, as Siddiq, upon retrieving the lodestone, found the Order's faith to be too demanding of his spirit and abandoned his creed. He fled, leaving the Order and stranding himself in A138, as he found himself winding up in a small tavern where he met a man by the name of Nikitas. Nikitas expressed great interest in the strange apostate, finding his faith in Patrai and the Order to be enlightening. Upon learning of the Inquisitor's unfaithfulness, Nikitas took it upon himself to kill the Inquisitor Siddiq and retrieved the lodestone from his body. He believed that this unknown relic was the key to the paradise that Patrai had promised the Order's theology. Nikitas gathered any followers he could muster and formed the village of Canaan. The village of Canaan would later burn the Gate arrivals at the stake and steal their portal technology. This theory is made with the intent of trying to understand and explain how the Order could have arrived months before Gate, despite using the portal after Gate's departure. The current understanding of temporal portal technology is still heavily theorized in the community, but this is my current theory of the timeline of events leading up to the player's entry of the portal world of Canaan. This is further supported, seeing as, despite only leaving days after Riggs' trans-recon team, player ends up in Canaan 2 months after their arrival. I believe that is all I have to say on the matter of the history of Canaan and how it intertwines with their own time within Antiverse Zero. If you watched this far, thank you for watching. This has been Chili, and I'll see you next time.